How do you know when to end a friendship? This is a topic that is a concern to many people because people say it's always good to have friends. Friends are one of the greatest assets you can have, especially as you grow older. But at the same time, there's some friendship that they say is toxic. There's some friendship that they say that is not healthy. But how do you identify those friendships that are toxic or that are beneficial to you? Because sometimes we stay with friends just because we've known them for so long, or we're kind of just used to them. But even that relationship we know is toxic, but we are there for the wrong reasons. So how do we begin to say, you know what, this friendship, though I've known this person for 20 years of my life, I think it's time for me to go?
Mine is always, how do I know how to take this to be a friendship? How do I take this relationship I've just started with someone to friendship? I always never know how to do that. But when something is, as you said, the word toxic, and I guess what is toxic to you, if the person makes you feel bad, if the person, when you have a conversation with the person and their opinions about you makes you feel bad about yourself, every time I have a conversation with the person, they just seem to see only your weaknesses. They just never seem to celebrate you when you have something to celebrate. They are not looking out for you. Do you understand? You always constantly find yourself as if you're chasing after them. For me, when I find myself in a situation like that, I just exit. I'm very good at leaving.
Why, Kabi, I know you are been through this kind of phase before for many years.
If my friend is a criminal, that's enough for me to run away. Any other thing, I think,
Criminal in society.
A criminal, a real criminal. If my friend, I know that my friend is like Coach Poppy or somebody.
You're off.
I'm off. There is no, I'm going. Any other thing, I think I can, if you're annoying me, I'll have to tell you that, look, come. It's either we end this friendship or... I always believe that everybody needs fair hearing. Everybody needs to... Before I leave a friendship, if I want to leave a friendship, you have to know, because I've reached the age where I can't keep malice. I cannot. I cannot quarrel and not talk to you. In fact, after a while, I will forget that.
You're supposed to be keeping balance.
So I will see you and greet you, and then if you don't greet me, what happened? Then I will try to remember what happened that
I
we
know
quarreled.
that
So
feeling.
I don't... we sort out our problems immediately. If we cannot move on, we now go separate ways. But if you are now a criminal, I hear that you are an armed robber now. Because that one, they will catch all of you. So that's where... that's where I draw the line.
Yeah.
I mean, I've shared my story for many times. I have had friendship that I had to end, and listen, I have absolutely no regrets about it. But my aunt told me about the story of, she had a friend who she thought was like, she liked that friend. She genuinely liked that friend. But she was in a marriage that was a decent marriage, you know. And then she realized that her friend were having issues. Her friend were having serious issues. And she realized that each time her friend comes around her, there's a lot of talk about infidelity, talk about a lot of negative energy. And her husband from this traditional, you know, very, very, very native Italian kind of person that doesn't appreciate the negativity around. So it was a difficult decision for her to say, okay, do I want this person around me, or do I want to leave this relationship? There are some not that she didn't like the person, but she just felt that if I continue to have this person around me, what's going to happen in 10, 15 years? Is this how this conversation will continue? Where you are constantly counseling, you are helping this person has divorced, or they are coming back, or they're dating somebody else. There's that energy. This is what my aunt was telling me, that it was a difficult decision for her to do, but she then decided to take away. Now, I felt that maybe not. You should have at least been there for that friend. Shouldn't you at least stuck around? But she was trying to convince me that she needed to leave that friendship. If not, she felt that energy was not good for her own marriage.
It's always easier said than done. It's always easy to say, I want to end it. But the actual act of putting an end to it is always a very difficult process. Painful, because over the years you've shared intimacy, you've shared intimate moments, you've enjoyed together, you've grieved together. And so it's very difficult. However, I'm going to prescribe or suggest seven signs that when you get to such signs, you should know that, look, it's time to end this. For example, when somebody make you feel worse each time you meet with the person and you finish with the person, the friendship, it puts you down or talk you down. For example, you might be in friendship with someone that might be financially better than you. And whenever you meet, what he talks about are obviously the things you can't afford. Or he makes you feel, how did you come? Did you drive? When he knows you've not bought a car. He asks you openly questions that embarrasses you. So when you leave, do you feel worse than when you met the person? I also want to suggest that somebody you can't trust. Another sign is, does the person take advantage of you? Another one is that they are constantly negative, sap your energy. Every time you are with them, there's no positivity. The last one is you can't count on the person. Someone is a friend of yours. Let us do this together. At the time the thing is needed to be executed, is not there to execute or do his own part of the commitment. And then someone who has betrayed you. You can't believe that a friend, someone you call a friend, has gone behind you to destroy your image, tarnish your name, or does things that you can't believe it will do to you behind your back. Betrayal, signs of betrayal. And then the last one is that they can't make time for you.